Hello friends, foes, and felines. I got out of rehearsal a bit early tonight, which is awesome. I didn't have to dance, which is awesome. Not because I don't like dancing, but because that was the part that made me feel so self-conscious last night. I'm so sleepy. I shouldn't have laid down to do this. Yesterday, day before yesterday? Anyway, recently, I went and saw the channel page for My Favorite Martian. You know, I was watching a Ray William Johnson video. He says, go here, I go there, I find out what it is. It's kind of funny, a little strange. But I checked out a couple of the videos, and one of them was called Stereotypes. I think he said at the beginning of the video that he didn't understand why people had stereotypes. And so the whole song is just a long string of stereotypes based on race and religion and culture. It's kind of amusing. I don't know. Anyway, it made me start thinking about how funny it is that, not that we have stereotypes or not that people judge by stereotypes, but that when we are talking about how we might be stereotyped ourselves, we're pretty hypocritical. I mean, we don't want to be stereotyped is what we say, and whenever we hear a negative stereotype, we will quickly bash the person for being so judgmental and shallow and such. And we quickly correct them. But then, when it comes to a positive stereotype, because there are positive stereotypes, you know, then all of a sudden, yes, you know, I'm such and such, and we adopt those. I don't know, I want to look at the positive stereotypes and, you know, say, well, if I'm rejecting stereotypes completely, then I have to reject my positive stereotypes, and I know I'm not going to do that. You know, for example, I am Southern. I'm from Alabama, born and raised, and so naturally, I consider myself a Southern belle, or I want to consider myself a Southern belle. But by no means do I want to be labeled racist, backwards, redneck. There's all these things that we don't want to be labeled. And then there's things that we do want to be labeled. I might call myself a Southern belle or want to be called a Southern belle or regarded that way, but that also kind of has a bad connotation, doesn't it? The presentation of Southern belles in movies, for example, can be rather vapid and shallow. And I don't want that connotation of it. But we can't pick and choose, can we? People are going to label us. People are going to apply stereotypes to us. I don't know. Deep thoughts. I said I wasn't going to do deep thoughts, but these were just running through my brain today. Over-analytical, I've been called. That might be my stereotype. Hey, over-analytical. Get your ass over here. I gotta bleep that out. I can't believe I said ass. Hey, Nerdface. I just made myself laugh. That might be an unfair stereotype right there. Okay, well, that'll be it for today. I didn't do a really good intro. Let me do a good intro now. Welcome to VEDA, day 21. That was all I was going to say. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. And I guess I'll end it there. Y'all can watch me do my ugly sleep. Want to see my ugly sleep?